Welcome to Snap. Explain, please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates in the pre-dawn light of September 16, 2025. A silhouette cut through the gentle waves of the West Philippine Sea. This was no ordinary vessel. This was the BRP Antonio Luna, the Philippine Navy's most advanced guided missile frigate. Its sleek gray hull symbolized a new chapter for a nation long caught in a complex geopolitical struggle. On board, sailors and officers moved with quiet purpose, their faces illuminated by the green glow of radar screens. Each screen displayed a vast expanse of blue, a territory that is both a lifeline and a fault line for the entire region. This mission is more than a routine patrol. It is a statement written in steel and resolve. The air on the bridge was thick with anticipation. The ship's captain, a veteran of countless patrols in these contested waters, surveyed the horizon. His orders were clear: assert Philippine sovereign rights, protect Filipino fishermen, and uphold international law. The deployment marks a significant escalation in the Philippines' strategy to safeguard its maritime domain. For years, the nation has relied on older, often outmatched vessels. Now, with the BRP Antonio Luna leading the charge, the Philippine Navy is signaling a shift from a defensive posture to one of active, credible deterrence. The ship is not just a piece of military hardware. It is a floating testament to a nation's will to stand its ground. This moment did not arrive overnight. It is the culmination of years of strategic planning, significant financial investment, and a profound shift in national consciousness. The modernization of the Philippine Armed Forces, particularly the Navy, has been a priority for successive administrations. They recognize that in the 21st century, national security is inextricably linked to maritime security. The BRP Antonio Luna BRP Jose Rizal represent the most tangible outcomes of this long and arduous journey. They are the new sentinels, tasked with guarding a maritime frontier that is critical not just to the Philippines, but to the world. As the sun climbed higher, casting a brilliant sheen across the water, the frigate's mission began in earnest. Its advanced sensors scanned the sea and sky, its crew ready to respond to any eventuality. The ship represents a powerful fusion of technology and human courage. On this day in these turbulent waters, the BRP Antonio Luna is more than just a warship. It is a symbol of hope for a nation determined to chart its own course. It is a declaration that the Philippines is ready to defend its interests and contribute to the stability of a region on which the eyes of the world are firmly fixed. The deployment of a single warship might seem like a minor event on the vast global stage. However, the BRP Antonio Luna's mission in the West Philippine Sea sends ripples far beyond the shores of the Philippines. This is because the waterway it patrols is one of the most critical maritime arteries in the world. Over one-third of global shipping, amounting to trillions of dollars in trade, passes through these waters annually. The stability of this region is directly linked to the health of the global economy. Any disruption, any conflict could have immediate and severe consequences for supply chains, for energy prices, for international commerce, affecting consumers from Tokyo and from New York. Furthermore, the mission is a crucial test of international law. Unclose. In 2016, an arbitral tribunal in The Hague ruled overwhelmingly in favor of the Philippines, invalidating many of China's expansive claims in the South China Sea. However, this ruling has been largely ignored by Beijing. The BRP Antonio Luna's patrol is a deliberate act of enforcing that landmark legal decision. It is the Philippines saying, with new confidence and capability, that international law is a binding principle for all nations. For the United States and its allies in the Indo-Pacific, this deployment is a welcome development. It demonstrates a partner nation taking greater responsibility for its own defense and regional security. Washington's free and open Indo-Pacific vision relies on a network of strong, like-minded allies. The modernization of the Philippine Navy, embodied by this new frigate, strengthens that network. It shows regional countries are actively counterbalancing coercion and upholding a rules-based order. The ship's presence adds a local dynamic to freedom of navigation operations. Finally, the deployment carries symbolic weight for other Southeast Asian nations with similar disputes. To understand the significance of today's patrol, we must look back at the long and often contentious history of the West Philippine Sea. For decades, this body of water has been a flashpoint of overlapping territorial claims. At the heart of the dispute is China's 9-dash line, a vague and sweeping claim that encompasses nearly the entire South China Sea, encroaching on the legally recognized exclusive economic zones of several neighboring countries, including the Philippines. This has led to numerous standoffs, harassment of fishermen, and the gradual militarized occupation of various reefs and shoals, turning them into fortified artificial islands. For many years, the Philippine Navy was ill-equipped to handle these modern maritime challenges. Its fleet consisted largely of aging World War II-era vessels, handed down from the United States. These legacy ships, while crewed by dedicated and courageous sailors, were simply no match for the modern fleets being deployed by other regional players. Incidents like the 2012 Scarborough Shoal standoff, which resulted in the Philippines losing effective control of the traditional fishing ground, starkly highlighted the nation's naval deficiencies. It was a wake-up call that sparked a nationwide demand for military modernization. In response, the Philippine government initiated the Armed Forces of the Philippines Modernization Program. This ambitious, multi-phase plan aimed to transform the military from an institution focused on internal security to one capable of credible external defense. The Navy was a primary beneficiary. The program sought to acquire new assets, frigates, corvettes, offshore patrol vessels, to build what strategists call a minimum credible defense. The goal was not to match a superpower ship for ship, but to raise the cost of aggression to a level that would deter any potential adversary. The acquisition of the two José Rizal-class frigates was the centerpiece of this naval renewal. The journey to acquire these frigates was itself a saga. Budgetary challenges, political debates, complex international negotiations. Built by Hyundai Heavy Industries in South Korea, the BRP José Rizal and BRP Antonio Luna represent a quantum leap in the Philippine Navy's capabilities. The current mission of the BRP Antonio Luna, designated as Maritime Patrol 25-09, officially commenced on September 15, 2025. The frigate departed from its home port in Subic Bay under the operational command of the AFP Western Command. Its primary area of operation encompasses key features within the Philippines' 200 nautical mile exclusive economic zone, Reed Bank, also known as Recto Bank, and the Spratly Islands, or Calayan Island Group. The mission's stated duration is an extended 30-day patrol, a significant increase from the shorter sorties previously conducted by older vessels, made possible by the frigate's superior endurance and logistics. The BRP Antonio Luna is not just sailing, it is actively conducting a range of critical operations. Its primary tasks include maritime domain awareness, where its advanced AN/SPS-77 Sea Giraffe radar and Thales stir. 1.2 EO Mk2 fire control radar systems are used to monitor all air and surface traffic within a vast radius. It is also tasked with fisheries law enforcement, protecting Filipino fishing boats operating in these traditional grounds, and deterring illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing. A key component of the mission is to document any incursions or violations of international law, gathering evidence that can be used in diplomatic channels. The ship is fully armed, carrying Mistral surface-to-air missiles and Seastar surface-to-surface anti-ship missiles, ensuring it is prepared for any contingency. A crucial aspect of this deployment is its joint service nature. The frigate is operating in close coordination with the Philippine Air Force, which is providing aerial surveillance support with its FA-50 light combat aircraft and maritime patrol aircraft. In the days leading up to the deployment, official channels have been clear and resolute. The Secretary of National Defense, in a press conference at Camp Aguinaldo, framed the mission in unequivocal terms. This is not an act of aggression. This is an act of sovereignty. The BRP Antonio Luna is sailing in waters that are, by international law, part of the Philippines. We are exercising our rights, fulfilling our duty to protect our territory and our people. We seek peace, but we will not be intimidated. Our presence in the West Philippine Sea will be constant and unwavering. The Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of the Philippines echoed this sentiment, providing more operational context. The deployment of our new frigate is a calibrated move, part of our broader strategy for active defense. Our rules of engagement are clear and professional. We will avoid provocation, but we will not flinch in the face of coercion. Our sailors are trained to the highest standards. They understand the strategic importance of this mission, show the flag, enforce our laws, contribute to a stable, rules-based order in the region. The deployment of the BRP Antonio Luna is not happening in a vacuum. It is generating powerful currents across the political, economic, and social landscapes of the region. Politically, it serves as a powerful tool for Philippine diplomacy. It strengthens the country's position in negotiations with China and within ASEAN. Economically, the mission has direct and significant implications. The West Philippine Sea is rich in oil, gas, and fisheries. Securing these resources is vital for the Philippines' long-term energy and food security. The Reed Bank, for example, is estimated to hold substantial natural gas reserves that could power the entire country for decades. By establishing a consistent naval presence, the Philippines aims to create a more secure environment for exploration activities, attracting investment that has been deterred by geopolitical risk. Socially, the frigate's deployment has ignited a surge of national pride and unity. For years, Filipinos have watched with helplessness as foreign vessels encroached upon their territory. The sight of a modern warship flying the Philippine flag is a powerful morale booster. It has dominated social media feeds and news headlines, with citizens expressing overwhelming support for the Navy and the crew. To gain a deeper understanding of the BRP Antonio Luna's impact, we turn to expert analysis. Dr. Colin Coe, a respected maritime security analyst at the S. Rajaratnam School of International Studies in Singapore, offers a nuanced perspective. The deployment of the Jose Rizal-class frigates is a game-changer, but we must be realistic about its scope. These two ships cannot be everywhere at once. However, their strategic value lies in their fleet-in-being concept. Their very existence forces a potential adversary to account for a more capable threat, complicating their operational planning. The frigate's anti-air missile systems and anti-surface missile systems provide a defensive bubble. Its helicopter carrying capacity extends its surveillance and response radius significantly. This allows the Philippines to create a more resilient anti-access/area denial posture, albeit a localized one, in key areas like the waters off Palawan. It's not about winning a full-scale naval battle, but about making any aggressive action prohibitively costly. It's a classic asymmetric strategy, and these frigates are the perfect tool for it. Another expert, a retired United States Navy admiral, who now consults on Indo-Pacific security, highlights the importance of interoperability, not just the ship itself, but how it integrates with allies, United States, Japanese, Australian. This means it can seamlessly share data and coordinate actions during joint exercises or, if needed, a real-world contingency. This multiplies its effectiveness. When a Chinese vessel sees the BRP Antonio Luna, they don't just see a Philippine ship. They see a ship that is part of a much larger security network. Finally, the experts agree that the most significant impact may be psychological. For decades, the narrative was one of Chinese dominance and Philippine helplessness. This deployment fundamentally challenges that narrative. It demonstrates Filipino resolve and growing competence. It tells the world, and more importantly, it tells the Filipino people, that they are no longer just passive victims of geography. They are active agents in shaping their own destiny. In the long game of geopolitical competition, this shift in mindset can be more powerful than any single weapon system. The deployment of the BRP Antonio Luna is not an endpoint. It is a beginning. It marks a new, more assertive phase in the Philippines' long struggle to secure its maritime rights, but the journey ahead is long and uncertain. The watch in the West Philippine Sea must be continuous. It will require more than just one or two advanced warships. It will demand sustained political will, consistent funding for modernization, a robust diplomatic strategy that builds and maintains a coalition of like-minded nations. As citizens of the world, we are all stakeholders in this unfolding drama. The principles being tested in these waters, freedom of navigation, adherence to international law, the right of a nation to defend its sovereignty. These principles are universal. The outcome of this quiet contest of wills will have far-reaching consequences for the global order. Therefore, it is incumbent upon the international community to support the Philippines' lawful and peaceful efforts to uphold a rules-based maritime order. This is a story that will continue to evolve day by day, patrol by patrol. Staying informed is more critical than ever. The actions of the brave men and women aboard the BRP Antonio Luna, and the strategic decisions made in Manila, Washington, Beijing, other world capitals, will shape the future of this vital waterway. We must continue to follow these developments, to listen to the voices of experts, and to understand the complex interplay of law, economics, military power. Knowledge is the first step toward meaningful engagement and responsible global citizenship. We encourage you to be part of this important conversation. What are your thoughts on this landmark deployment? How do you see this affecting the future of the region? Share your opinions in the comments below. For continuing coverage, be sure to like this report, subscribe to our channel. The watch continues and we will be here to bring you the latest.